Hi guys, welcome back to the Cowboy Slots channel. We're going to do a quick update here on the current MGM situation. If you're not familiar with what is going on here, check out this video up here that we did a couple days ago to kind of give you an intro about what happened and what's going on. So in this video, we're going to do a quick update on some things that we've learned, some things that are still outstanding, and what you should do. And we're also going to answer the question, should you cancel your plans to attend Vegas right now? And I got to say, unless you want to see what you see behind me, you probably should stay home. Let's get started. All right, guys, so let's get some updates on what is actually going on. So the cyber attack was claimed by a ransomware group, and I'm not going to say the name of the group, but you can go look it up if you're interested. And that's what these places typically try to do, is they try to claim ownership, you know, kind of like, hurrah, look what we were able to do. But they did say it was a ransomware attack, and what a ransomware attack is essentially they are getting personal information in exchange for a payoff. Okay, that's what typically how these things go down. So what kind of information did they get? Well, from what we've heard so far, the only thing that we've been able to confirm is that they got name and addresses as well as date of births. There is a rumor out there saying that they got social security numbers, but I've not been able to verify that yet, and I haven't seen any news source verify that yet either. That type of information is going to come out towards the end of all this when the FBI finishes their investigation and they have to release a statement as to what happened. And also, if you ended up being impacted by this, like some of your personal information did get leaked, you will have to be notified, probably by email associated with your Players Club card, and they will let you know the extent of your information that was let out and what you can do about it, okay? So, yeah, machine's making noise back here. This is probably what you're going to find right now in MGM properties, is that the machines are down or having errors, things like that. So let's go ahead and answer the question, should you avoid going to Vegas right now? And I think the answer is yes, because right now it is going up and down, it seems. We get reports that things are back up, ticket in, ticket out is working, players' card systems are working, and then a couple hours later we get reports that it's all back down again. So that sounds like a very frustrating experience, and I don't think you want to spend your trip in Vegas dealing with that. So I would either stay at another property if you can. South Point is great, or you can stay at the Caesars property or the Wynn. But I would stay away from MGM properties right now until they sort it out, because I think it's probably just doomsday right now, trying to get, you know, issues fixed, like cashing out and things like this. Like we said before, and I wanted to tackle this in the first, you know, based on the first video and some of the comments that we got. A lot of people were wondering, well, we always say that the machines aren't networked. Well, the machines are networked, okay? There is a central server, okay? We've never denied that there's no central server. There is a central server. But what it is responsible for are things like the ticket in, ticket out system, the player's tracking system, and the accounting system, you know, tracking how much money went in and out of the machine. But the one thing that the central server does not have access to is the game portion of the machine. It's completely jailed off, like we talked about in the other video. So a lot of people then followed up, well, if that's the case, why did they turn the machines off? Can't the machines operate outside of being connected to a network? Yes, they can. But the experience would be terrible for the user. And let me explain why. First, if the ticket in, ticket out system is not working, it won't accept any ticket you put into it, okay? And if you've ever been to Vegas, you know that that is the primary way of moving cash between machines, okay? Let's say that you did put cash into it. Well, if you wanted to cash out, it will trigger a hand pay. And guys, there is not a lot of staff there. There's not a lot of slot attendants. I'm sure they've called them all in at this point. But for every person that pushes cash out, you have to wait for a slot attendant to come and pay you. Even if it's $1.15, you're going to have to wait. So that experience is terrible. Plus, on top of all of that, you're not accruing points. Even if the player tracking system is turning green and it looks like it accepts your card, there's potential that it is not tracking your play, and so you're not earning any comps. And so with all of that being said, I think it's probably smart to stay home or stay away from MGM properties right now. They will recover from this. It'll take some time, but they will recover for this. And who knows, maybe they'll start giving out some really good promotions to get people to come back, right? Maybe this is going to be a benefit for all of us. You never know. But anyway, last thing I wanted to say about this is just remember, guys, that when things like this go down, there is pull on the MGM side to try to get the gaming machines up as soon as possible, because you can only imagine how much money they're losing every single minute that those machines are down. And so there's probably intense pressure by management to get those machines turned on as fast as possible. So in some situations, they may be turning the machines on for a couple of hours, but without the ticket in, ticket out system. You know, if you want to take, it's not a risk, but if you want to deal with having to wait up to an hour for your hand pay to come around for just this normal cash out, then go for it. But I think it's probably a good idea just to stay away for now. Okay. So here's the other thing that we've learned. So when these things happen, like we talked about in the first video, the most important thing that they can do is to shut everything down, even if they don't know if it's affected or not. And it's still not clear to this day if the ticket in, ticket out system is actually affected. But because it is a networked system, it's part of the network, they decided the best thing to do is just to shut it down completely. And here's a good reason why. Let's say that you took a voucher, you know, into the casino and you had this. Okay, let's say you cashed this out, a $6,000 or $5,500 voucher, and you cashed it out before all this went down. If that information was lost about the ticket in, the serial number, the asset number, and all that kind of stuff, if that stuff was lost, whenever these systems come back up and you try to cash this in, they're not going to be able to validate it. Okay, that's very scary. And I imagine that, and I can almost assure you that their highest priority is to make sure that this system stays in place. And so whether this was impacted or not, and based on what we've seen so far, it wasn't, it's best to shut it down to prevent any kind of potential issues, okay? And so that is the main reason why those systems are offline, even if they weren't actually physically attacked. And again, after all this is over with, we will find out specifically which systems were attacked. The rumors that are flying around right now, the ones that sound the most reliable, is that it was the hotel reservation system, it was the employee system for like clocking in and out, that type of thing, and the player's reward system. It sounds like it's those three things that were impacted. It's not clear at this point that the ticket in, ticket out system was impacted at all. But again, remember, it's better safe than sorry. Shut it down so that they don't have issues with people trying to cash that stuff in later. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this update. I'm sure there's going to be more. We're learning more every single day. We're not going to just speculate. I've been looking at this all day long, and I get so many conflicting reports. And so it's one of those things where I've been wanting to do a video, but I want to make sure that I have the most up-to-date information. And so please remember, if you're watching this video at a later date, that a lot of things have possibly changed, and to make sure you look at our latest update to get more information about what's going on. So I know I kind of rambled a little bit, but I just wanted to get as much information out for you guys, and so you kind of understand what is going on. And let's just hope for the best, right? MGM properties, they're our favorite properties to play at. It really sucks that this happened to them. It could happen to anybody, but it happened to them, and there's going to be some things that they're going to have to do in the future to help mitigate things like this, and that's just part of their responsibility. But we wish them well. I know those IT guys are probably hitting it real hard, working very, very long shifts, and so shout out to them. As a fellow IT guy myself, I know what kind of pain they're going through, and so just be patient. Especially if you are in Vegas right now and you're encountering some of these issues, be nice to those people. They have nothing to do with any of this, okay? So if a slot attendant takes 40 minutes to get to you to cash you out, be nice to them. Maybe even give them a tip, because they're working overtime right now. So anyway, guys, that is it for us right now. Look forward to future updates as soon as we get more information. And as always, from Mark and Brantley here, we wish you the best of luck. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.
Thanks so much for watching. Check out these other videos and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more slot tips. It's always free. Visit ropethejackpot.com for free guides and a whole lot more. Catch you on the next episode.